It'll be fine. I'll just go 25 the whole time. Don't let the sunshine fool you. It is so cold. Not bad at all. We're only going 25, so I'm sure that's the reason why. It'll be fine. I'll just go 25 the whole time. My neck's a little cold because my scarf is not appropriate. I'm just gonna go. It's just a little brisk. And windy and sunny. All of the things all at once. It's actually not that bad. Supposedly it's only 35 degrees out right now. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. A pair of gloves underneath my gloves. And the worst part is I didn't really, obviously my jacket isn't gonna be the right size to be able to layer a bunch of stuff underneath of it, but I have like a mechanic's jacket on underneath my jacket, and then I have like a layering sweater and then 2 layering layers and a t-shirt. But it really isn't that bad. So I don't know if I'm just already numb to it or if I did a good job layering today. My plan was just to ride later today. So when it's like 50 degrees outside, you know, like a normal human being, not try to be a badass biker babe while it's 35 degrees outside. And the thing is, this section of road's only 35, and then Harrisburg Pike is only 45? It's actually okay. I'm just gonna say that this whole video is, I'm surprised at how okay this temperature is. And I just layered as many layers as I could fit without like totally impeding my ability to move my arms and legs. So now I am actually starting to feel my hands are getting cold. That'll be my next purchase because nothing else on me is actually feeling uncomfortably cold. Even my neck, which is weird because my scarf doesn't cover the right spot on around my neck. So I would think that would be cold, but it's mostly my fingers, and I'm assuming that that's from like me putting on too many layers and cutting off. Oh, there was one of those bumps. Cutting off the circulation to my fingers, plus the wind, plus these gloves are meant to make your hands cool in the summer. So I think it'll be bearable enough to get me to work, but I'm definitely gonna need to get real winter gloves. So hopefully I can find some good, and if you got any suggestions, I of course want suggestions from other riders. I could feel that it would be a problem on a longer ride, but it's not yet a huge problem. So like these gloves are meant to keep you cool in the summer, so obviously not a winter riding gear item. So now I just kind of look like a Dorcas riding my big old hog with my layers on. Ooh, I really got to go to that Schumann's Meats. There's a line out in front of it every single day they're open. So if people are lining up to get that meat, it must be good. So it's 35 now, it'll be 55 later at 6 o'clock. You know, with the wind chill, it really takes another 20 degrees off. Or, it lowers the degrees by like 20 or so. There's an actual formula, but I don't know it off the top of my head. I consult a chart. I wanted to try to make sure that I ride as much as possible just in general anyway. But also, since I started recording things so late in the year, the guy I bought this bike from took the baffles out of the muffler, and so it's louder than it even should be. Yeah, I'm gonna try to put baffles back in because I want to be able to hear myself. Plan was to either reinstall baffles, but then after I watched a video on how you remove the baffles, I think that that's going to be a difficult way to do it, because you literally just like kind of grind the connection off. It's not just like a bolt that could be taken out, which would have been way easier. I'm going to try to either get new mufflers, which could be expensive, and then the other option is to just get baffles, reinstall them, and make them something that goes in with a bolt rather than having to like weld them in, because the cutting open of the baffle was not very clean, and so there would be a lot of grinding down to even get it to a point where you could reattach baffles. You need, as I've learned recently, that you need to have back pressure from the airflow for good performance. So you don't want to just willy-nilly take the baffles out, and then if you don't really do anything else to it, you're gonna have a problem there too. So it just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. You just get different exhaust if you want it to sound different. Perfect landing, and I didn't fall over. Huzzah! Do-do-do, big old circle on a big old bike. I did it twice. I only did it once, but that didn't rhyme. What? What's so funny? What do you find humorous? It was actually not that bad.
Eventually.
So really, I wasn't going to film this trip home only because I've heard that the GoPro isn't that great at night, but we'll see what we get, I guess. I don't like to ride at night. I get night blind, so yay astigmatism. There's nothing really to see at night. I can only assume that that's why YouTubers don't really ride at night. And I'm still trying to get used to the gearing on this motorcycle. They're kind of long gears, which is nice, but I also am terrified of getting rear-ended. But yeah, they're kind of long gears, so I'm like, can I stay in first? Am I going slow enough for that? My first bike, Bernadette, was a 6-speed 360. Obviously very different gearing. Very quickly would get past first gear, so it was almost as if first gear wasn't really there. I can't tell if that's a bike. Is that a bike? That's a bike. They can't see me, but I'll put my fingers down anyway.